Hi everybody, I'm here today at Ritual Studios with Chris from Coral Snake. Say hello, Chris.
Hello.
Oh, you're supposed to say hello, Chris. No, he's not. Right, and we're going to be going through the Kemper Profile Pack 1 from Ritual Studios. I say Kemper Profile Pack 1, there only is one at the moment, but I have other amps that I'm going to profile. But we're going to make a little video sort of just basically showing you the amp tones, the cab IRs, sort of how they work, and basically how you would use them in your either mixes or in a live situation. Yeah,
but this is the first time I'll have played through some of these profiles, but they feel really good, so let's go.
Interesting fact, Chris actually owns the Silver Jubilee that I profiled, so that's...
Yes, I'll know if that's close or not.
Yeah, right. So what should we start with? I've currently got it on Ritual 6505, profile number 8. This is a high gain 6505 tone.
Sounds as good as any.
And the cab I'm using is SM57 on a V30 on the 2x12 Zilla. So let's hear how that sounds.
That is pretty nice and beefy.
Yeah, nice sort of mid-range on the... I mean, the 65s are like really mid-range heavy anyway. So I think on the amp, they're like... I think it rarely got past about 4 on the mids for the packs that I use, because otherwise it's not really usable. Basically what I try to do is make sure that every tone you could just stick it straight in a mix and it's there. Do you know what I mean? It's good to go, so... Cool. So the crunchies go from sort of light crunch, right?
I mean, that's high gain where I come from.
Yeah. Should we put it on crunch 3?
Yeah.
Try it on crunch 3. Little pick scraping there, I like that. Cheeky.
Cheeky.
No, pretty usable kind of rock tones.
Really
I mean,
good,
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think many people buy the 6505 for the clean or the crunch channel. They're basically buying it. It's usually like metal guys, isn't it, buying it for the high gain. But it still does that crunch channel, and that's quite
really
nice.
It's a really usable tone, really good rhythm guitar tone.
Yeah, man. It's pretty open sounding as well. And should we try... That was without a tube scream as well, so if you wanted even more juice, pop one in front of the Kemper.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen to the 65 Clean.
Really usable clean.
Yeah, the thing is with the 65, I found that I thought the EVH was a little bit nicer on the for the clean channel, but it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's Fender.
Fender.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's a pretty nice little clean as well. I quite like that. And then the lead channel on this. Let's have a look. Skip through and try that one. I mean, that's why you buy the 65, isn't it?
The 65.
Yeah. So yeah, like solid, like loads of gain, like all the gain you'll ever need. Right. So that was the 65 profile pack. For that, you get a bunch of high gain profiles, couple of crunches, 2 cleans, I think, maybe 3, and then 2 custom lead profiles as well. and that costs £20 currently. I said
bargain.
What have I said currently? Like it's like currently. By the time you watch this, might be 25. So yes, but that's obviously included in pack 1 also. So if we take a look at its sort of half brother, would you say? This is Ritual 5153 profile number 7, which is a high gain, and it's got a tube screamer on board on the front end of the Kemper there. Yeah. Sort of it definitely sounds different from the 65, but also we are using a different guitar. So obviously this is like EMGs. What are in the Les Paul?
Les Paul's Seymour Duncan Alnico Pro 2s,
there you go.
They're quite more moderate output, vintage output.
Definitely, yeah.
Much hotter.
This is just like way hotter. But yeah, lower tuning as well.
Yeah.
To bear in mind, but still. I mean, these profiles handle the low tuning super well. I've found some of the guys that have bought the pack and have played through them. They've sent me things with like 8-string, 7-string, and it's just like it's still right there. Like you don't lose any of that clarity that you get from the Kemper. So yeah, it's pretty handy. I tell you what we'll do on the high gain. We'll have a look at the actual EVH cab that you get with. So with the EVH profile, you also get the Zilla cabinet IRs as well as the matched EVH cab. So let's try this one here, EVH Fredman 2. So that's the 57 classic Fredman mic placement. So let's try that. Let's see how that sounds. I always find, especially when you come to mixing, the cab IR, it'll massively change your tone, and sometimes people are trying to change amps, and in reality, you've just not got the right IR for your mix. So it's handy having a bunch of them that you can flick through, and then one of them you'll be like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And they're all super usable as well. What I didn't do was just give you every mic position and every mic type of mic and everything like that, because I just think I wanted to just make them all usable. Like, so there's some darker, some more balanced, some brighter sounding IRs, but they're all right there so that you can just drop them in, and it's like if you're after more of a biting tone, use that one.
Yeah, I think when I bought an IR pack in the past, and you get like half-inch increments of every single microphone, and
you don't know where to start.
I don't know where to start, and I just give up. But like, you've got experience with miking amps up. And,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, I think the IRs in this are great.
You've got a bunch of just single 57s on the EVH cab here. This is a more darker sounding one. Yeah. And then the same thing, but on maybe a brighter sounding cab. And that's probably just moved this much more towards the centre of the cone kind of thing. Yeah, so I think it's important to sort of point out none of these guitars that we're using are like super expensive guitars. They're all very affordable guitars. I mean, the Ibanez is like a 300 quid Ibanez.
It's what, 600?
That's what I mean. Like
quid,
the most you're going to spend on a guitar, like we've got here, is maybe like £1,000 and a bit or something.
I mean, even that Gibson Les Paul, I think, was less than £1,000 used.
Exactly. So like,
yeah, these aren't expensive guitars.
It's not like. I mean, these are guitars that everyone probably has, isn't it? Yeah.
There's no custom shop here.
No. Yeah. So this is Ritual 5153 Clean 3, which, like I said, I really like the clean on the EVH. It's really, really nice.
Here we go.
the clean. And should we try a crunch with this guitar? Let's see where we're living with that.
Just screaming for like some classic rock, like
yeah. I think that's is that the blue EVH? I think they go green for clean, blue
crunch
for crunch, and then red is the mad channel. Nice little crunch, and they go right down to like less. Should we try the lead? Give that a... Some interesting notes in that one, Chris.
Yes. Interpretive jazz.
This is brilliant. Like, Chris is usually really solid. As soon as you press record, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome though. Silver Jubilee profile number 2, which is a high gain profile. Throughout this pack, if they're crunch profiles, clean profiles, or lead profiles, they're named as such. If it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're always just high gain, stock high gain tone. Because I didn't want to call everything this high gain. It's like, I'll just play it, it's obvious. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it isn't. Maybe not. So this is high gain profile number 2.
Cool.
Nice.
High gain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the gain on that thing is like? JCM 800 and then like more.
And then some more,
it's like super.
Yeah,
it's like a hot rodded version, right?
JCM 800, yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah, it's a solid amount of gain that you get from that amp. But no, so like that's a super high gain. That's got a tube screamer on board as well. But yeah, I love that amp. It's like probably the best Marshall I've ever sort of mic'd up and profiled, to be honest. Yeah. Sounds great. As part of that pack for the Silver Jubilee, you also get 2 JCM 2000 profile high gain profiles. So we'll have a listen to those. Let's try that one there. So I think this is another high gain. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I just turned the clean sensitivity down a touch. It's important as well to remember with the Kempers, little things like that. Like if you're changing guitar, maybe have a look at the clean sensitivity.
I mean, we've gone from a Telecaster to an EVH. With EVH
from an EMG. It's just like you do have to sort of tweak those parameters, but everything else is like it sounds great just with everything on 0. Also, it's worth bearing in mind if you're using less gain to actually pull this definition down. It seems to like make the amp sort of bloom that little bit more and just sort of it doesn't feel as digital kind of thing. But if you're going for like super tight kind of, if you're playing like Meshuggah style stuff on like an 8-string or something, you just want the definition just cranked on 10, all the gate set to like no noise in between. You know, like but yeah, it's worth bearing in mind that features on there. But these JCM 2000 profiles, they're canny for like how I would use them is maybe for like a rock song where you had kind of more like open chord, kind of like more like what you were playing there, like sort of power chordy stuff. That'll sit really nicely in a mix. Cool. Should we have a look at the next one? Jubilee. Oh, I'll tell you what we can do. We'll have a look at the Jubilee cab, because you get the Jubilee cab with the matched cab What speakers were in the Jubilee cab again? It was
the vintage 30s.
Just V30s again.
But they're the Marshall V30s. They do sound
the different ones.
so,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's try that. An SM57 blend. So this will have just been an SM57 on either speaker. Nice, like bottom end on there.
Yeah.
On that as well. Yeah. But yeah, that cab sounds great. Like I love that. I love that sort of. Again, it's that real low mid sort of. It's right there, but then if you were mixing, you may pull some of that out, but it's still super usable. Cool. We'd maybe try. Let's try the Crunch for the Silver Jubilee. Just check the gate's not on too much. So this is the Crunch 2 with, which cab is this with? It's the 57. Let's try this.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it also, like you say, if you roll off the
Responsive.
Yeah, man. And that's without a tube scream, and obviously if you wanted maybe a solo boost for that. Alright, calm down. Oh, cool. Okay, that's the Crunch channel. Did we do Clean?
We haven't done Clean, no. So it's quite notorious for its clean sounds of Jubilee, because John Frusciante uses one, doesn't he?
That's right.
Chili Peppers, so.
Yeah, is that his soul clean tone? I think it is.
I think it is. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know much about Chili Peppers, but nor can I play any. But yeah, we'll just try.
I've just noticed we've both got the most squeaky stools.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Little bit of verb on there on the back end of the Kemper itself. But like the clean channel on that is really nice. That's clean 1. So try that the verb. That works nicely. Cool. And then the Silver Jubilee Lead. I think that's the only one we haven't done. Try lead.
Cool.
Lead 1.
Nice, yeah.
Sick.
Really nice lead tone. That's like quite. Like I say, I've got this sound. This is my Jubilee that's been profiled, and that is a really that's a kind of tone I would dial in. It's pretty much spot on.
Plenty of sort of nice sort of gain and top end and stuff as well.
Yeah, just really cuts through.
Yeah. Should we try the Powerball?
Yeah.
Profile, Kemper Profile, Ritual Powerball 1.
Cool.
There's so much gain.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that is that amp, man. It's just built for all out metal, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Should we try the lead? Lead profile some. think when I profiled the lead profiles, it's got like a low gain and a high gain, which are basically pretty similar, but the high gain is just basically more compressed. So
yeah,
that's kind of
great for that lead tone.
Yeah, those lead kind of like every note's there.
Yeah,
kind of thing. So yeah, I really like that lead profile on that. Actually, it's really nice. So you're obviously like more of the kind of rock.
Yeah, I'm not a metal player.
No.
Well, stretch the imagination.
But I mean, there is still like loads of usable clean and rock tones in there.
I'm really impressed by the crunch tones in the profiles.
Brilliant.
I mean, even the high gain ones. For me, I just love that's a Telecaster.
Yeah,
it's a stock Vintero, which is a '60s Telecaster, and it just sounds great.
Yeah,
absolutely great.
Awesome. So yeah, if you like what you've heard of the profile so far, you can go to www.ritualstudios.co.uk/Kemper Profiles, and you can either purchase each individual amp on there as its own individual pack, or you can buy all four together at a reduced price, and you can use the code Ritual250, which we'll put up on the bottom, which gives you 20% off pack 1. So you can get pack 1 for £32, which to be fair is like what, £8 a pack.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, you can't like it's worth the punt for that, really, isn't it? And like what you're gonna get for that is just super usable amp tones for pretty much all genres, really. Like you can use that in like everything, really. Like even if you wanted to use these live, just knock the cab off, and they're all direct profiles as well, so you can basically just have that sound straight into any cab of your choice, and it's going to sound great. So yeah,
good.
Wicked.
Thank you for letting me play through.
Hey, it's alright. And anytime. We'll see you later. Bye.